Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are yous, fellas? I see yous are all in the chat already. Welcome back to TF Custom Shaving Brushes Workshop. We've got this nice Galaxy blank here to turn tonight. How are we all? Yous all had a good day? Let me just get the chat up so I can see what yous are up to. Keep an eye on yous. Let me see how things are going. Jays have done well, Razor Eye. $8,400 all up. That's excellent. Really good, mate. Really good. A Model T? You want a Model T? Brett, you want a Model T? All right. Yeah, I've got a Model T, Rockwell, but I don't like it. To me, the heads are too chunky on them. I got one, quite some time ago. I waited on it for about 3 years. And I got it, and it's a nice razor, but it's just the head on them's too big as far as I'm concerned. You no worries, Razor. All right, I'm going to get cracking, fellas, so we're not here all night again. Let me just bring that through, and I want to put a big thank you to my patrons. Yous are all in there, so well done, fellas. Thanks for the support. It's much appreciated. Every little bit helps, fellas. Every bit helps. I don't have any other income now other than my brushes. That's it, really. So yeah, all helps, fellas. All helps. And I've done a little special thing there for Brett. You see how Brett's Catman fan shaves is up there in green? See it there? Up there in green. Well done, fellas. I'll put it off shortly, and I'll bring it back up later on if I remember. Excellent. All right. I think we better get started, fellas, eh? So let's get a move on and see what we can do, eh? Okay. Wrong spot. We'll put it up bottom left, eh? How's that sound? All right, fellas, I'm going to get started. So we'll just check everything's okay here. And actually I might, just till we get this sorted, I might bring in the tailstock for a little bit of additional support so we don't have another one fly out the chuck like we did last time. So nice and gently till we get it round. This blank feels much better to cut. Okay. Alrighty, let me see. Let me see how we're going here. Grey Dog's in the house. Good morning, Grey Dog. How are you, buddy? Oh, he's not here yet. Must be making his coffee. So all I'm trying to do now, fellas, is just get this to round where it needs to be. Then we can start dimension, throw a few dimensions on it. And then get it to where we need it to be. So I'm just getting the sizing for round. I think we should be getting close there. Still a little bit. Right there and there, we just got one little spot here that we need to get and that's us almost there now. So what I'll do on here is I'll just check to see what size we've got there. So that's round there now. And we've got about 47 and a half. Now our biggest dimension on here is 42 and a half on this handle. So we've got plenty there. But I'm just going to take the rest of the handle down now to that same diameter. So we'll get it to round. And I might put these on to camera 2 there so you can see what's happening to the blank. We're getting a lot more cleaner off of this, fellas, getting more streamers off of this than chips, which is good. I like that. We'll stop and have a look. Give ourselves a bit of a blow down as well. Yep, nice and round. Let's have a look and see how the timber's cutting. Yeah, timber's cutting pretty clean there if I go down that shot for you. And if we zoom in on the blank, you can see the timber's cutting nice and clean there. Nice and smooth, no tear out, which is good. I'll just take that back a little touch so you can see more of what's going on, fellas, in that shot. I think we'll go back to that one for the last of it. Okay, we should be pretty much all round there now. Righty-o. Yeah, it's a really nice blank, this Galaxy one. I really like it. Just depends how much we, the shape will determine how much of it we get to actually see. It is nice though, and it's nice that the burl is actually dyed as well with a dark blue, and there's sort of like golden browny bits coming through in it as well. Now I don't know if that was a dye or if that's just the burl coming through where the resin. Sometimes when the burl gets really hard, it won't allow the dye to penetrate too well. So the softer parts and the more porousy parts will absorb the dye, and you'll get richer colour in those areas than what you will in some of the other areas that are too hard and won't take the dye on. So you know, that's a possibility that the lighter could be the burl starting to come back through again, because I see there's some little like bird's eye bits in here which are sort of a golden browny colour, and then we've got some nice rich blue, which you might see in that shot better. So this patch here is a nice rich blue, whereas the rest of it's a lighter blue, so it should look quite nice when it's totally done, you know. Anyway, let's crack on. Less of the jibber jabber from me, and more action. What do you think, guys? More action? Now this one's getting drilled from the top, and it's going to be a 30 mil rhodium that's going in this, so we're actually going to be putting in a 31 mil or 31.5 hole again. No, this one shouldn't have a hole being set in the resin, I think. I'll have to check that with Srdjan. better send him a message and ask him. So because it should be 31mm, but with no ring inside it. So if I was having the ring in it, it would have to be 31.5, because we discovered the other night that the tube he's supplied is 31.5. So I better just confirm it with them, just make sure that it's definitely only 31 and that knots getting set in the resin in this one, so it doesn't need the steel, or it shouldn't need the ring. So the knot should be set in the resin without a ring. So what I'll do is I'll continue on with that, and we'll set it to the 18mm date. We'll slow that lathe right down and we'll go to that camera for you. That camera 2, sorry. That's where we need to be. So I'm going in with a 28mm Forstner bit. So we'll set that on 0, bring it in till it touches. Just clear that, and then we've got to go another 17, that's 18. So we go from straight streamers to curly streamers. Okay, so we'll just take that out now. We'll get rid of that. And what I'll do is I'll take this out to 31, because I know that he'll need 31 for the knot if he's not putting a ring in. We which I don't think you should have to with this one, being that the knot's going to be set in the resin. Okay, so we'll take this one out to 31 mil. And I'll just set that on my calipers here. So we want 10, 20, 31 there. So that's 31. I'm just gonna need to lift that up a touch. And then all I'm going to do is just size that on here now. And that should give me the 31. Just take the tool rest back a little bit. Need the smaller skew. Just can't see that quite right there. Okay. Streamers, anyone? And I think I might have to just go a little bit more to get the 31. Oh no, we're pretty much right there. Pretty much. Okay, so we'll just give that a little touch with the sandpaper just to take the sharp edge off it. I'll do it. And now we can check the depth. So we're looking for 18 millimeters. And you should be able to see that. Oh, maybe I think the light's getting us again, isn't it? Aye. I don't know why it changes, because it shouldn't change. The lights don't get moved. Let's leave it on that. So you can see there's 18 millimeters. That's maybe Srdjan just messaged me back, so I better check and see what he's saying. Yeah, no ring for this one, so that's good. So I was right with my call. Okay, now what we want is we want the top section to be about 42 millimeters in diameter. So I'm doing this one a little bit different to how I normally do them, because normally I'm not working to set dimensions, whereas tonight we're working to a drawing, which I'll show you in a little while. So I'm just going to put a couple of marks on here to start with. So there's one mark, and then we've got a overall of 66.5. So I'm going to make it 60. I'm going to make it about 67, because I can always take it down a little bit more when I cut the bottom off. So for this purpose here, we got 22, which is there, and then we've got 66.5, 67, which is there. Okay. And I'm just going to check his other drawing, make sure that's right. Yep. So 22, 44 and a half. Yep. Okay. So the 22 is 42.5 mil. So this is going to be taken down to 42.5. So I'm just going to set these calipers to 42.5. Well, actually what I'll do is I'll set it to 43, and that will give us a little bit to play with. So okay, so I'm going to go in and cut that back now until we get to that dimension. And what I'll do, just before I forget, is we'll put the tool rest back up just to give us a little bit of support. So I just want to get this down to near enough the size, and then we'll be right to go. That was just Srdjan messaging me saying I don't have to be that accurate. But we'll get it fairly close, and then we can see how we are after that, eh? Another little bit. It's almost there. I think we'll be there now, and then we'll just take the rest of that 22mm section down to that. Yeah, that's pretty close. So we'll take the rest of that down now to there. Now we need to clear the strainers. we're doing. Right, now the bottom section needs to be about 41.5, but I reckon we'll keep that round about the same actually. So I've got that set at 43. I reckon we'll keep that the same, 43. So we'll work the rest of the blank down. We're actually starting to see more of the shape of the burl in there now as well, because we're starting to shape the handle. We're getting coloured wood now, blue. Okay. Just makes it easy if I keep on top of the shavings. Okay. So we'll bring the tool rest in again and we'll put a couple of fresh marks on there again now. So we were 22mm for the top section. We've got a tiny little bit of burl in there too, so I hope it stays in there. May come out when we shape. Yeah, so 22. It's about there. And the overall, we were 66.5, so we'll say 67 there. And that should do us. So we'll put those marks back on. And then we can start doing some shaping. Right, so we'll go with the skew. Right, I'm just going to put a little edge on this skew. It's lost its edge a bit, so I'll put these onto after I blow that out. I'll put these onto camera 4. And I'll just have to set it. So just bear with me, fellas. Maybe just a touch more. It's probably closer. Quite, so it's taken it off the top there, so we need to go in just a little bit more. It's a bit better. It's not quite the bevel I want, but it will do me for now. Let's put a sharp edge on it, so much better. And I want to keep the wall thickness. I don't want to lose any of the wall thickness, the fact that it's having a big knot put in it. I want to keep that wall thickness as much as I can. Just a tiny little bit of burl in that top edge there, which you'll see in that shot. You see that tiny little bit of burl in there? It's well in there though, so it'll be staying there. Now, okay, we'll leave that for there, I think. So there you are, fellas, you're getting to see it a little bit there now. So you can see there's a bit of purple and blue up and through here, and a bit of clear. And then we've got more down here. We're going to be actually cutting into that there and undercutting that. So basically, if I can just show you what Srdjan's given me to work off. So this is what I'm actually working to. So there's the shape, which is that sort of fairly traditionally type shape that I do quite a lot anyway. And then basically this isn't drawn to scale, so it's 66.5. I've made it 67 at the moment, and then we've got 22 at the top here. But we're going to now leave that square ring here, and then we're going to come in and undercut that, round it off, and then round off the bottom as well, so the bottom's got a nice round in it. Okay, so again, if I check my, so we should have 22 there, which we have, and then we've got 67 overall. So I'm going to put a parting tool mark in there at the moment. So drop that right down, and then we'll bring it in fairly close here. Okay, so we're going to go in there just to define that bottom shape so I can see what I'm working to. Okay, so that's the bottom defined. So now what we can do is we can bring this out. We'll we'll go back in with the carbide now, and we'll start shaping a little bit with the carbide. And we want a little shoulder on there, so we want a little kind of a square shoulder there of a couple of mil. So I'd say probably about there. And then we'll hollow from that point. Okay, need to probably come out a little bit farther. Okay. Now, let's see if there's a dimension on there. There's a dimension on there of about 35.4. So, we'll get rid of that. And I'll set these to what did we say it was? 35.4. 35.4. So I'll set that to, I need another pair of hands, fellas. .5, so I'll set it to 35. And that's what the waist needs to be around here, or down here a little bit more, okay? See how close we're getting. Probably about another mil or so. And I think we probably need to just lower that a little bit more there. We got any new people in the chat? In viewing? A little bit more. Okay. So still a little bit more to take out of there, that's fine. I'd rather sneak up on it. Tad more. Tiny little bit. Beautiful. Okay, now I am going to have to take that waste block back a little bit, just so that I can get into strike the round on the bottom of the handle. So I'll just take so much of it off. I just want to get the round defined into the bottom of this. Might have to just bring that tool rest out a touch. Okay, let's have a look at that. Okay. So bearing in mind this is not drawn to scale, but that's what we've got there. So I think we've got it pretty well where we need it. So the bottom side there was 41.5. So I'll just check. So we're right here for the waist now. We've got that right. We've got that right there. And what we want to check here now is what do we got there? Did we say 41.5? So we've got 41.5 is there, or thereabouts. So we could probably still take a little bit more off the bottom, but I think, personally, I think I'll leave it, because I think if I take any more off the bottom, though they are showing in each drawing, Srdjan, are you in the house? Yeah? Oh, he is, yeah, you just got in there, mate. I'm just looking at this handle, mate. The drawing, as you'll see in the drawing here, if it shows up in the camera, hopefully it'll might be too bright. Anyway, you've got a size across the top here of 42.5. You've got a size here in the middle of 35.4. So I'm happy with that size, and I'm happy with that size. But at the very bottom here, the size showing is 41.5. Why would you make the bottom of the handle smaller than the top? That needs to be either the same size as that or bigger to look right. So let me know if you want me to take that down smaller, but I think you're probably better leaving it where it is now. If anything, I would make the waist narrower. I'd make this narrower. What do you think, mate? Leave that where it's at, this diameter here. Bear in mind there's a lag between you typing and me talking. I reckon we'd leave that size there, but do you want the waist narrowed any? Because that's set at 35.4 now. If you're happy with that, I'll leave it. But if you want, that's what I'm calling the waist, that's what I'm calling the bottom diameter, that's the top diameter. Okay, so leave that, and you want the waist left as well. Waist and base. There's a little tool mark in there that I want to get out in the very bottom. Might get the rest with the sandpaper, I think. Yeah, I thought you might want the waist down. It just looks a little bit chunky. So I think if we take the waist in a little bit more, I think it'll the handle will look a bit nicer. The only thing is, oh no, we've still got a few little bits here that you're going to see that. See the resin there and a bit of the spiral. You're not going to see too much though, but we'll take a little bit more, I think. I think it'll make the handle look better. Yeah, I could take the ring down a little bit as well. I mean, that's basically working off your 42.5 for the top, but I can take it down a touch if you want, and then we can, that'll allow us, just if I take that in further, it'll allow us to go in just a little bit more here. Okay, now we'll take a bit more off the waist, and I think that should reduce that ring down a bit. I think if we take a little bit more in here, just to reduce the ring in size. How are you seeing that now, Srdjan? Bearing in mind that that camera is directly down on top. Okay, so that's my hand there, and I'm coming vertically down, straight onto that handle. I think that could still go thinner, but it's up to you, mate. You happy to leave it at that, mate, or do you want me to make the waist thinner here? Happy with that? Okay, excellent. So let me just check all my sizes again, just to make sure that we are in the right path here. So the top section was 42.5, which I'm just going to set here. And that's pretty much spot on there. You can see that just hangs up and then it falls through. So that's 42.5, so that's spot on. We've got 22 and a bit to the top. So it was 22. And then we had the waistband at 35.4. So 35.4, we'll bring that in. So you can see we're actually a fair bit narrower there than what was on the drawing already, which I think we had to take it in anyway. And then the bottom we know is right anyway, so all good. Let's get on to sanding. All right, so I think we should be able to take this away. All right. Too fast, slow it down. And Srdjan is the same with this one, mate. You just want this sanded and then buffed, mate. Okay, Brett, we'll catch you later if you get back, mate. Drive safely, mate. What's going on in the chat, fellas? All good? Chat's gone awful quiet, fellas. Yeah, it's looking nice, Sam. As usual, it's always nice when you see it, you know, starting to take a bit more colour on. Once we get through a few more grits, we'll start to see that taking shape. Yeah, it's just because it's white, mate, with the sanding. Once the sanding's finished, you'll see the colour will come back, mate, because the colour's still in all the other things around me. It's just the brush is blown out. And the timber, because the timber's a really light colour, but the lathe colour and everything round about me is right. So if I take it any further, it'll go too dark, mate. Andrew Fox, how are you, mate? Welcome to the stream. I think Srdjan's in the stream, Andrew, so you should be able to ask him, mate. Or he was in earlier, I'm not sure, I just make them, I don't know who these ones are for. This is one of the Galaxy blanks, if that helps you. One off two. And this one's got the resin top. The burl doesn't go all the way from the bottom of the handle to the top of the handle. Whereas in the other one that we're going to be doing in another stream, the burl goes from the bottom all the way up to the top. Okay. Yeah, Andrew, both these Galaxy blanks are being turned in the same shape, I believe. So like I said, I don't know which one's which, you know. So, Srdjan was in the stream earlier, mate. He's maybe ducked out. I know he has the kids and... He may drop back in a little while if he doesn't answer you. Yeah, it's getting there, mate. It's getting there. We'll start to see a bit of colour coming back into it shortly because sort of getting through the grits. Did you like my title for this one? Welcome to another galaxy. No, there's no burl on the top, mate. It's resin on the top and burl from the ring down, basically. There's a tiny little bit of burl on the top, this bit here you're talking about. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no way I can take it out because it's just the way it is with the size. And as you can see, we've got no excess material left, so you know, that's how it is. It looks quite nice there. It'll look nice once it's all polished up. It just puts another little bit of touch to the brush, to the handle. Hang around, Andrew, because you'll see it once we hit it with a wet paper. That's when you'll start to see the colour and everything pop in it. So far I'm liking what I see. There's a lot of nice blue in that burl. It's really nicely dyed, and there's a few sort of different colours in it. We're getting a sort of like a bit of a goldy colour coming through in it. There's a real sort of rich blue, and then there's a more subdued blue. And there's some darker areas too, so it's going to look quite nice, I think, when it's once we get to the wet. And that's when we'll really see the colour pop out in it. And you'll get to see the spirals of colour up in the top section here as well once we get to the wet. Should look quite nice actually. It's shaping up nicely. We're starting to see a little bit of colour coming back in it now. Now that we're getting to the finer grits. Okay. Rami, how are you, buddy? Welcome back, mate. Okay. Absolutely stunning. That piece of burl in with that Galaxy casting is absolutely stunning. Yeah, like I said, Sam, it was just the sanding. When you sand, it tends to go that lighter white, and that's what was actually making it look like it was overexposed, but it actually wasn't. Let me just let me try and zoom in on it for you, and just so you can get a better look. So it's probably better when it's actually wet. So let me just wet it up. I mean, there's green, there's blue, there's sort of orangey goldy colour in it. It's just an absolutely stunning piece. It really is nice. Okay, so we'll just go through the pads now. He didn't make the blank, Sam. He buys his blanks from other makers. This one, I'm not sure, Srdjan might be able to tell you. It might have came from the States. I know he's had blanks from different places before, but Srdjan doesn't make them. And you know that little bit up the top here, it looks absolutely stunning in there. It's got a little bit of goldy orange on the end, and then it goes to blue, and then it goes to green. And then you've got the sort of smoky spirals with a little bit of sparkle in the top section into the ring, and then down below the ring. And then the burl takes over from there. Andrew, if you wouldn't mind, share the video. Share the video in some groups if you can. The making of the handle. I'm sure Srdjan won't mind, and I certainly would enjoy seeing videos getting spread around. Encouraging people to view my stream, subscribe to the channel. Okay, one. Yeah, I thought you were away tending the kids, mate. I told Andrew that earlier in the stream. I thought you might be looking after the kids, mate. So we're all good on that, mate. It's just a shame we couldn't have got a little bit more of the resin in the topper part of the handle, but the bowl is beautiful. The way the colours are coming through in the bowl, it's just terrific. So you know what we're losing in resin, we're actually gaining in the timber anyway. Yeah, no worries, Sam. All good. Somebody got banned from a shaving forum, yeah? Andrew. Excuse me. Okay, that's that part done. So we'll give this a little bit of a dry off. Okay. No worries, fellas. It's going to be a lovely handle. Once that rhodium knot goes in there, it's going to look even more spectacular. Right, I'm going to take it off there now. Then we'll turn it around and we'll pat it off. Put the other chuck in. So we'll put you to camera 2. Now I just need to tighten up the chuck a little bit more. That'll do it. So I'm just going to part off the waste block off the bottom, fellas. Once my lathe decides it wants to start up. Just nice and gently. So that's the waste block off. I'm just going to try and see if I can just gently nibble this off. Okay, I'm just going to do a bit of a pull cut through here, pull push, just to clean up the bottom. I'll just sit my rule on there and just see how that's looking. It's a little bit hollow, we'll put a little bit more on it. Okay, we'll just go through a bit of sanding with this now on the bottom, and then we'll be right to buff. Brett's back in the house. Catman shaves. Did you like my little green touch that I put in on the on your one, Brett? So I'm just blending that bottom right in. So that we don't feel a sharp edge in the hand once the brush is held in the hand. And I think we're just about there now. So we'll hit it all with the wet now. Grey Dog heading off, is he? Thanks for dropping in, Grey Dog. We'll catch you later, mate. Alright, I'm going to hit that with the wet now. Just to blend it all in. Oh, slow it down. Right, through the pads, and then we're on the buff and we're done. Let me just take that one back a touch, fellas. I'm just going to keep going, fellas, because we're going to start running away with time shortly. If I, we're nearly there, of course. We're, you know, basically once we get through these, it's just buffing left, and then we've got the handle finished, ready for Srdjan to put whatever finish he chooses to put on it. What are you leaving, Sam? All right. Oh, okay, I thought you were leaving. Okay, that's the wets done again on the bottom now, so all that's left to do is to dry it off with another clean paper towel. I should have shares in these. And a little bit of methylated spirits. No worries, mate. Always welcome. Always welcome. But the bottom of the handle's as nice as the rest of the barrel. Absolutely stunning. I've got to show you this, guys, once I get it buffed up. Right? Actually, I should show you before I buff it, and then show you after we buff it. How does that sound? We'll do that, eh? Just clean up some of the water off the lathe and off over here. I don't know, I splashed it over there, but not to worry. Okay, I'll take it off and I'll show you it before I buff it. What camera do we need to be on too, say? Yeah? We go on that one to start with. And I'll try and get that zoomed in there. Well, it's hard to get it in position, and you might not see the colour properly there. But if I just spin that around, you'll see the smoky swirls up the top, blue and purple, and then you can see the colours in the barrel. Now when it's wet, those colours pop out even more, okay? So if it had a clear finish over it, those colours would just go bang. Right, and there's the bottom. So you can see the colour in the bottom. There's golds and browns and blue and different shades of blue in there. Anyway, I'll take it to the buffer now, fellas. So I'll let you guys do your thing there for a minute, and I'll go over to camera 4, and I'll just go to the buffer and give it a buff, eh? Be back in a tick, fellas. How's that music going? Is the music still going okay? Yeah, music's all good. Alright, let's get to the buffer here. So we'll start the buffer up. And we'll start buffing. Trying to do it in a manner where I don't totally block the camera off, so you can see what I'm doing on the buffing wheel. I don't know how good it works, but I'm trying my best. Okay, we'll cut to there, and we'll okay, I think that's it, fellas. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Where are we? Well, you put that down the bottom left, just for now. We'll go back to here, and let's just show you a couple of shots of this magnificent handle, eh? And I'll just give that a little wipe with that. Oh, I'll just grab another paper towel. Just to give it a bit of a final wipe. And this knot's way too small because, like I said, that's going to have a 30 mil. It's going to have a 30 mil rhodium in it. Let me see if I can get in a better position for that. It's hard. Hard trying to get it in the right spot for you fellas. I'd love to see it with a CA finish on it, but that's just me. I think it helps to pop the colours a lot more as well. Let that focus. There we go. It's all done. There's that little piece of burl in the top that's got the goldy brown and the blue and the green in it. Just that little tiny little bit there, which just adds to it, if you ask me. And then there's the bottom. Let me get that round. Blowing out a little bit. Oh, there we get the colour there, look. And then you can see the top section, it's got the purple and the blue smoky spiral in it. There's a little bit of glitter in there as well, and we've got a couple of little points inside that come up like the natural edge of the burl. So it's pretty spectacular, to be honest. Anyway, that's it for tonight, fellas. I hope you's enjoyed the stream. There's a fair bit of chat going on there for a while. I hope you's enjoyed the stream, and yeah, it was interesting turning that one. I mean, it's still taken us the best part of nearly 3 hours, but we've got a lovely handle out of it, and you know, once it's set with a knot and Srdjan does his little bit of magic on it, it'll be absolutely spectacular, I reckon. So yeah, it should be a stunner, a real stunner. Anyway, fellas, again, thank yous for dropping in. I'm just going to put my Patreons up there again, and again, thank you very much for your support. So we'll get rid of that, and we'll bring in the Patreons page just for the last minute or so before I end the stream, and then we'll call it a night, fellas, and you can go and have a sleep and get ready for work tomorrow. Get yourselves all prepared again, and yeah, I'll go inside, have a nice cup of coffee, because I never had one tonight. I thought, nah, there's no point. They keep going cold on me. So there's, yes guys, Razor, Sam, Catman, thank you very much, fellas, and I think that's about us, eh? I think we can end the stream, and we'll catch you again. What day is this? This is Tuesday, isn't it? So we'll catch you again on Thursday night, all going well. So stay safe, fellas, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. And I'll see you on Thursday. Till then, take care, fellas. See you next time. Ta-da. Thanks for watching. See you, fellas.